here in Ostrava. It's Thamela Korydeli's first time ever playing Ostrava, and they have found something special in this partnership, Travis, with Thamela and Victoria.
And at first you would have been blamed for thinking, yeah, it's just a honeymoon thing, new team, sure they're going podium and podium and podium. Eventually teams will figure them out. Well, 8 tournaments in, they're guaranteed a 5th podium. It's no mistake, this is no accident. And Victoria Lopez, she just continues to get better and better and better. And Thamela Korydeli, she's been passing the test, has been getting a lot of pressure in serve receive, and she's just so steady. She has that enviable combo of tremendous vision and enough power that when she doesn't quite see everything, she can overpower some defenders. Then on the other side of the net, you have Anastasija Samoilova and Tina Gradina making their first final since the Paris Elite, their first Elite final, rather, since the Paris Elite a couple years ago. So it's good to see them back on this stage as well, because I think they belong here.
I agree with you there. They've been playing some good volleyball in this event. They already played each other in this event in pool play. Latvia taking that one in 2 straight sets over Victoria Lopez and Thamela Korydeli. Thamela Korydeli currently 2nd in total points scored in the whole event, only behind Anouk Verger-Dupre. So again, like you said, getting a lion's share of the service pressure, and they're just 1-1 is the record here for these teams. Like I said, here in Ostrava, they played earlier where Latvia won that one. The last time these two met was earlier this year in Saaremaa. Victoria and Thamela taking that one in 2 straight sets. And so, if I'm a 1x betting man, I don't really know where to go with this one, because I feel as if Latvia has a little bit of momentum in this match, close to home, too. Brazil far from home.
Well, you have a couple different factors going on here, right? So you have the house money of Tina Gradina and Anastasija Samoilova. They thought they got knocked out by Kelly Chang and Molly Shaw, and they said how important that loss was because they made the adjustments. They get brought back to life, resurrected, as I like to call it. But you're going to have to play a tough team in Brazil. You got 65% inside out. That's a big number. That's that world-class number. The average of the top 10 teams in the world, 65%. And it's hard to beat a team twice. It's also hard to beat a team who's on house money. And Anastasija and Tina are very much on house money. Now, Thamela and Victoria, they have won a tournament after being brought back. And so can Tina and Anastasija do it to them? It's a long answer. Short, who do I like? I like the way Brazil's playing. They were really smooth in their semifinal earlier today, and that's no disrespect to Tina and Anastasija. I just think the way that Thamela and Victoria played today suggests to me they're going to win this gold medal.
Yeah. They won 21-16, 21-15 over the Klinger sisters, who had been playing their best volleyball to date. And Brazil kind of made light work of that squad in this one. Latvia, a little bit more challenging route here in their semifinal matchup. They had to win 15-8 in the 3rd over Switzerland to take it. And there's Thamela Korydeli playing her first ever Ostrava event. Victoria Lopez has been here before, 5 times to be exact, and her best finish, Travis, was a 21st. And so what a rise for Victoria Lopez, who's been nipping at the heels, trying to find that right partner. She spent 5 years, maybe 6 with Tina Silva, and she has found her co-partner. She has found her partner with Victoria, or excuse me, with Thamela Korydeli.
You know, it was worth wondering after the Paris Olympics who was going to be the next cream to rise to the top for the Brazilian Federation. Obviously, you still got Ana Patricia and Duda, and there's no doubt that is the best team that they have. But who's going to take that 2 spot? It's very competitive because Carol and Rebecca, new team, they've already won a gold medal, but it's hard to argue against Victoria and Thamela.
We get things underway in our gold medal match. Thamela and Victoria in the blue tops, and Tina and Anastasija in the teal tops, and Thamela Korydeli using that knuckle, which she has done all tournament long, a little cut shot knuckle poke.
That cut poke is kind of a little signature shot there for Thamela. And a little bit tight for Anastasija. And Thamela had an excellent blocking performance earlier today, getting a block on her first attempt.
Yeah, if I'm Latvia, Part of my goal in this match is to kind of keep some distance from that net. Thamela is very good with her hand. She's not the biggest block out here, but excellent handwork. And it's the same thing for Brazil. You want to keep that ball away from Tina Gradina as Anastasija looking to go line. Victoria was watching it all the way to the sidelines.
Nice follow there from Victoria. And this is a change of tune here for Latvia. They've been such fast starters, digging themselves an early 3-0 hole.
The deep float from Victoria. The option wrapping back to the line. And you can see Victoria, she's there. She watched film about that semifinal match because Gradina was always going back to the line on that option.
She likes that cross body, and it's usually very effective, but she usually picks her spot only when the blocker's running up. That time Victoria was already set.
Victoria watching the set, waiting. Good hand dig from Anastasija. Anastasija. Wow, beautiful jumbo there from Anastasija. Just taking a little bit off that ball, adding a little extra top spin.
Between Anastasija, Raisa Schoon, and Kristen Nuss, three best jumbo players. Kristen Nuss, sorry. She's in there as well.
Yes. Nice dig. Anastasija gets a hand on that ricochet swing from Thamela, but it's going to go down for a kill.
And I think this is basically going to be a side-out match between Thamela and Anastasija. I think that the tone has been set, and I think that's just what we're going to see. And now the question is who can sustain their side-out more.
Thamela has been siding out at 64% in Ostrava. Victoria a little bit higher at 67. That's kind of where Thamela's been all season for 2025. She's been siding out at 64%, so right at her average. And honestly, Travis, you're going to win a lot of games if you can side out at 64%.
The average of the top 10 teams in the world is between 63 and 65%. That's what you're looking for.
Definitely a top 10 team. And, oh, I was about to say, she said, you guys can hit jumbos. I can hit jumbos too, but that one, a touch long.
And Anastasija had given up on it. She overran it, and she looked defeated, and then the wind just blew just out of bounds.
Thamela going back to the line, and Gradina gets a little show of those hands. I think she likes where her hands are, just kind of not the right, couldn't control it.
That's a good move from Tina, and honestly, I don't know if it would have cleared the net. I think that's kind of an unfortunate break for Tina.
5-4 Brazil. Staying on Anastasija. Coming inside, nice pickup here on that soft touch from Thamela. Open net swing for Tina Gradina, and that's a rare miss on an open net.
Very rare miss on an open net, and I think the open net kind of confused her and threw her off a little bit, disrupted her vision, and then when you get that open net and you're not expecting to see it, you just go for the power that might not have been there.
Great pass from Anastasija. Going down the line with pace. Victoria frustrated with herself, but that's just too good from Anastasija.
And I'm wondering why she's frustrated, because she ran that like a dive angle. Now Thamela ran it like a straight up angle, and so I think Victoria may be kicking herself for not being there earlier as what would seem to have been the call.
Thamela, nobody up, and she works it up the seam with precision.
That's the power that I was mentioning in our lead up to the match, where she relies a lot on her vision, but when she gets that open net opportunity, she has enough pop to beat any defender.
Thamela, just 24 years young. Victoria, 25. Bright future for these two Brazilian athletes. Good hustle here from Latvia. Resetting, tight ball. Nice little cutback there for Corradelli. She's got a variety of shots in her game.
You know, it was interesting to see Thamela call off Victoria on the free ball. Typically, when you're the player getting every single serve, you see a free ball coming over, you get out of the way and let your partner take it. And she wanted it.
Trying to go for that trickle serve. That one catching the net. We'll switch sides in our gold medal match. Our first side switch, or excuse me, our second side switch, 8-6. Brazil up 2. Jump serve here, Anastasija. We know it's a weapon for her. She hasn't really found it yet in Ostrava.
Just hasn't quite been there this week, but when it's on, I don't know if there's too many better jump servers on the women's side.
Not sure. We've seen greatness from her, and there is a nice little emergency touch from Gradina, poking it back, the Yermala native.
Taking a page out of Thamela's book. A little cut poke on too.
That's her dropping, handled pretty well from Thamela. Anastasija sitting in the pocket on that dig. Nice ricochet dig, and a little poke over. What control there from Anastasija.
The over on one, poke back to the line. Not exactly a traditional swing here from Anastasija, but it's gonna work.
Tina working cross court. Little poke over is gonna land in from Victoria, and just a wry smile from Victoria. She's having fun out there.
I love Thamela's reaction in the backcourt, just hands clenched in, looking to the sky, just a sigh of relief.
Perfectly placed. Option, nice touch there from Thamela on that option. Oh, and Thamela trying to go to the short poke. Gets a little greedy, that one going to the tape.
Good opportunity, and I like the move that Thamela made where she just stopped, where she wasn't going to do any good getting all the way up to the net. That way she gave herself a chance to make a play, just put that poke shot a little bit short.
There's a good jump serve from Samoilova. Good hands from Gradina, pressing all the way over the net. I only get a replay of the handwork there from Gradina.
Gradina's blocking, it just gets better and better and better. And we were chatting with her, and she said over the offseason, that's been one of the biggest improvements she's seen in her game, which is her blocking. And that's a frightening prospect. She was already pretty dang good up there.
Goodness. And that's just goes to show you, as athletes at the highest level, they're always working on something. There's always some tweaks and adjustments that they're looking to add to evolve to their game. The game evolves over time, and so athletes need to actually evolve their game as well. Yeah, already a phenomenal blocker. The eye and handwork is one of the best that we have in the game, and so she's going to get better at that. And like you asked Adrian Karambula, like, how do you teach Anders Moll to block better? You know, I don't really know the answer to that. Just support him, cheer him on.
Coaching at this level, it's so difficult because you're really just looking for a point of improvement per match. And you sprinkle that over the course of a season, and you get yourself 30, 40 more points that you otherwise wouldn't have had. That's the small margins between winning a gold medal and taking a fifth, or making a semifinal and taking a ninth. And you just look for the tiniest little nuances to improve upon. And it's fun when players of Tina's level can find just that tiny sliver of a difference.
Deep float serve from Victoria causes some trouble on the side of Latvia. And again, Victoria, she can hit the jump serve. She can hit the float, the standing float. She goes with the deep one. She mixes up her variety, too, with her serve, which I love.
A lot of creativity at the service line from Victoria Lopez.
Inside set. That one's going to slip through the hands of Gradina. So 2 in a row here after our technical timeout for Brazil. But that deep float, there's a couple other athletes you see it from, and they're from Brazil. Rebecca hits that deep float serve, and Duda will sometimes hit that deep float serve. And so something that this federation practices, and it generates another point. And Travis, I'll ask you, the deep float, why? Why do you think that one is so effective?
Even just saying deep float gives me cold sweats. Man, when I saw someone just take a step back and take a step back and another step back, and they were about to hit a float, please serve the other guy. Because it just gives the ball so much more time to move and dance and find those little air pockets that you don't necessarily know are there. And it'll just move in ways you can't expect and predict. Now, it's a pretty low-risk serve to hit because you're just hitting a float, and all you're really trying to do when you hit that serve is to get it over the net, and you just let the wind and the conditions of the outdoor atmosphere do the work for you. And it is unreadable, and I hated it. And clearly Latvia is no fans of it right now as they give up 3 straight out of the technical timeout.
Yeah, perfect explanation on why the deep float is so deadly. And I'm in agreement with you there. I don't like to see it when people go back to serve that ball. Not fun. There it is again. Kind of a tight pass from Gradina, and Gradina finds her way out of a hole there with that swing.
Risky swing, and Thamela sets up the block that we've seen from Tina a lot, giving a little space down the line and trying to close it. And she smothered it, just couldn't quite bring it back in.
Good shot there from our camera crew. Thamela gonna poke to the deep line. Good pickup here. Nice soft block. Victoria getting a chance up at the net, doing some block. She puts Tina deep. Tina trying to go down the line, and she miscontacts that ball, and it's a point for Brazil.
Going a little bit extreme on that one for Tina, but she is so good at setting those soft blocks where she had to go travel a lot of distance, puts up Anastasija in a good position, and then Victoria Lopez just throws up the hands and finds something.
15 serving 11. That move, that serve dancing across the net. Oh, and Tina trying to go back on the line. This time, no mistake from Thamela. She makes that adjustment, rims the bucket, and secures the block.
And that was a bit of a double up in the line for Brazil, and I think this is a read block from Thamela. So watch Victoria, she goes into the line, and Thamela just seals it with the right.
Back to Gradina they go. And trying to go back to the line again. Excellent hands, back-to-back blocks for Thamela Corradelli.
In Brazil, to say closed, you say fechado. The line, fechado. It's closed. Find another avenue.
Brilliant work here, and Brazil have ballooned this lead to 6. Good leave from Gradina, letting that serve sail a little bit long. (12-17). We've seen bigger comebacks, plenty of time here for Latvia, and we know they can get on some service runs, especially Anastasija. Again, that poke into the angle, is it just deceptive, Travis? What is it about that shot makes it so effective?
Well, I think it's a late decision from Thamela. I think she sort of hangs, sees Anastasija move a little bit in line, sees that angle open. She knows she doesn't need to have a lot of pace, and so she just goes with the poke.
Gradina from the left. Soft little shot over the top of Thamela. Good change up there. Gradina had a couple swings in line, get blocked, change it up with the shot.
Still going down the line. She's line attacking right now is the shot chart.
Gradina gonna take a rip with the jump serve, trying to mix it up. Oh my goodness, look out below. Victoria Lopez seeing her first serve in this match, and she cranks it.
Two of the fastest arms we have on the Beach Pro Tour in this matchup here between Victoria and Anastasija.
19-13. Anastasija, she's gonna poke back to the angle, using that vision and that soft touch over the block, but Brazil with a firm grasp on this first set.
Yeah, they've only really gone on one big run, and this is just what they do. They rely on that steady side out and just get a point here, point there, point here, point there, and now you got a 19-14 lead.
Thamela out of the middle, and surprise, Gradina is there. She's been a little quiet at the net in this one.
Nice read from Tina, and she's one of those blockers where she gets out of sight and then just pops them up. Really nice look at the handwork from Tina.
Victoria here takes her look, trying to go to the cut, and Gradina again, back-to-back blocks, discipline up there with her hands. And now it's a 3-point game, Travis.
And blocking is what won Switzerland their bronze medal, and blocking might just be what brings Latvia back in this first set. Still got a ways to go, but Tina might soon start getting some shots altered.
Good pick up from Victoria on that short serve. And the softest little cut shot catches Gradina's hands. Brilliant from Victoria.
Nice response from Victoria. Not challenging the block of Tina that time, giving it enough air time to get over the fingers.
The set over, and that one is going to be called, not a double, but not squared up, is the call there from our referee.
And it was kind of a choose your adventure, whatever call you wanted to have. Was a double, also not squared up, and they got the call. So pretty smooth, casual victory there for Brazil, 21-16. What did you see, Kyle? To me, Thamela's blocking, biggest factor in that.
Thamela's blocking, the service pressure that they received from Brazil made them uncomfortable. And then after you get so many blocks like that, as an attacker, you feel like your window is getting a little bit smaller, the court is a little bit smaller, not seeing the vision as crisp as you want, and the frustration level a little bit right now for Latvia. That last point kind of tells me impatience from Anastasija and a little bit of frustration just trying to set it over when she clearly wasn't square.
And so new ball game here in this second set. Doesn't matter that they won by 5. It starts at 0-0. Anything that Latvia needs to change?
Man, you know, the option worked really well for them in their semifinal matchup where Tina was being aggressive there. I just want to see a little bit more range. Chop some more balls. You don't need to bring that heat all the time. And the jumbo poke from Thamela Cordelli. She was going short. She would have gone short. Anastasija all over it, but she goes deep.
And I don't think that's an incorrect read from Anastasija. You see that poke come out, she's gone cut, and then she just breaks out the jumbo poke.
Just a last-minute decision from Thamela to put that ball with depth. Oh, what a full layout dig, and the poke over! Unbelievable! Victoria laying out a la Superman back there.
What a dig from Victoria, and then Thamela with the heads-up play again with the poke. Watch this full stretch out from Victoria, putting Thamela in a position to score, and she takes it.
Deep float, ends up long, so a break for Latvia. And if I'm Latvia as well, we serve Thamela almost consistently, and maybe we got to chip a few more balls the way of Victoria Lopez, and there they go to Victoria's way down the middle. Fast down the line, good communication there from Brazil.
And I love the recycle. Really smart play on that option for Thamela Cordelli. Not trying to get a kill out of it, just trying to give them a nice controlled 3-touch scenario, and that's exactly what happened.
Brazil so good at controlling the ball, and that deep float serve drops right into the middle between Tina and Anastasija.
And they had a fast start in the first set, and again, jumping all over Latvia. Short middle, Kyle, my favorite serve in the game.
That one again drops just a second too soon. You know, if it doesn't drop so quickly, it's going to come over that and do the same thing, but sometimes the Mikasa has a mind of its own.
And that's why those deep floats, I hate them.
Hate them.
It has a mind of its own. You can't read it.
There's a tough serve from Anastasija. Battled well from Thamela. Thamela gets it around the block of Gradina and whips her head back with a little smile. No, she got away with one, perhaps.
And I think Tina and Thamela had similar reactions where Tina looks back thinking, man, what do I got to do right now?
Victoria Lopez abandons the deep float, goes with the jump serve. Off the head, what a touch from Victoria. It goes up to the net, but it's over. But again, Victoria not letting anything touch the sand.
That was a fantastic hustle play there from Victoria Lopez. And give that 2 feet less, and that's a perfect set as well.
Off the hat. What a reaction play from Victoria.
And Tina, the best redirect blocker in the game. I think I've made up my mind.
Yes.
I think before I was saying one of the best. I think I've just made up my mind. She is the best.
The best.
The redirect.
I would agree with you there.
Honorable mention, Brandy Wilkerson, the 2-time blocker of the year in 2023 and 2024. No specific category for redirect blocker of the year, though.
No. Thamela from the left, rolling it back to the line. Again, excellent variety right now from Thamela Cordelli, really in a good rhythm.
And she's seeing everything so well. That's why I think for Latvia, maybe try some shorts, try a high deep, just disrupt her approach, disrupt her vision line.
Tough serve from Thamela. Anastasija going to go cut. Over on one is not going to go down from Victoria. This ball a little bit tight, nowhere to go. Thamela Cordelli putting Anastasija in the phone booth.
She's been all over it at the net, and I don't think that was really an attempt at a kill on that over on one for Victoria. I think she just sort of got stuck with the cut shot and wanted to make Latvia uncomfortable, and she did, to the point they got a tight set, and Thamela just smothered, covered.
And Latvia, they'll take their time out here early, and I like it. They're down 4. Brazil kind of feeling themselves, kind of rolling, touching everything, and it's a little bit of frustration management right now, I think, for Latvia when you're playing a team like Brazil, or a team who is touching a lot of your shots, who's touching your swings up at the net. Give yourself some space, try to find the sand with maybe a bit more direction, a little less pace, perhaps. It's tough to say. I mean, Brazil's just playing so good, Trav.
They're playing just about perfect, and then you have some slightly imperfect play from Latvia, just not making the right swings, bringing it a little bit low when they're trying to beat the block of Thamela, and she's made him pay for it.
Again, hard to beat a team twice in an event, and we're seeing it here in this gold medal match. In pool play, Latvia took down Victoria Lopez and Thamela Cordelli in 2 straight sets. And Brazil looking to reverse sweep that in this gold medal match, walk away with some Ostrava hardware. Anastasija out of the timeout. Trying to go cross court. Guess who's there? Another block for Thamela, and she is in the zone.
And that's been the common theme between the teams who have won today, is the blocking. We just saw it with the men's bronze medal match. We saw it with the women's bronze medal match with the Nook, and now we're seeing it again with the women's gold, where Thamela's putting on a show.
Option. Gradina right in front of Victoria. Victoria in the right spot. But there's that option that we've been waiting for a little bit, but it starts with good passing from Latvia.
Yep, blocker running up. Tina's got the green light, and she takes it.
Can Latvia put a little pressure on Brazil with the serve? It's a perfect pass from Thamela. Oh my goodness, that is just beautiful from Thamela. High and fast, deceptive, all the good things.
And it's tough because when you've already beaten this team, you might get stuck in a game plan of what worked a couple days ago. Right now, going to Thamela is not working super well, and it might be time just to try Victoria for a couple points.
Victoria in the read right there, throwing a little sand out of frustration, but that swing had a little pop on it from Anastasija.
It did, and credit to Victoria for being in the right place to get a full platform on it, but that's been the theme for Anastasija. When she stayed physical, she's been siding out really well.
Gradina, the way of Thamela, snapping to the angle. Nice one-handed touch from Anastasija. She goes to the short poke. Victoria's all over it. Tempo overhead, an aggressive ripper from Victoria.
What a set from Thamela, too. She's sliding in, going down a little tempo side set on the money.
Man, gold medal plays here from Thamela and Victoria, making it fun. Gradina out of the middle. And graceful Gradina going back to that corner pocket.
Graceful Gradina, indeed. It's just such a pretty arm swing.
Definitely something about it. Precise. Anastasija, jump serve. Victoria going to watch that one, blow it out of bounds there. But I like it. Anastasija trying to find something, get that going. We know it's going to be a weapon.
And they haven't found anything else that's going to work defensively, and I'd like to see Anastasija stick with it.
Victoria going cross court short. A bit of a tight ball, and Tina unfortunately getting into the net. Credit Victoria for creating some trouble on this serve. Again, not the deep float. This time a little float serve, a little mini jump right by the line.
And credit to Brazil, they're giving them no room right now. They're not giving them any errors, and they're putting so much pressure on them.
And Anastasija trying to chop it back to the line. And I don't think that they have a timeout. And Tina asks our down ref if they do, and he acknowledges that they do not. They're in a bit of a hole, Travis.
Pretty deep right now.
Love that serve from Victoria. She's been going short, short. That one, she goes deep to the corner, mixing up the depths. Anastasija going to the other side now. And I think at this point, it's time to switch it up.
time to try anything. I think that Latvia as well can take a couple notes from what Victoria's doing serving. She's mixing up the depths, mixing up the tempos, mixing up how she's putting the ball where she wants to, and it's just making Latvia super uncomfortable.
Tina going cross court. It's still a smile on the face of Tina Gradina. You just got to try to find something in this game. Gold medal match. This is not the technical timeout you were hoping for, but this is where you are. And so going into this timeout, what kind of conversation? You've been a coach, you've been in box plenty of time this year with FSU girls. You're down 14-7. You take a look at our new FIB president there, Fabio Azevedo, getting a nice view of this women's gold medal match. But yeah, back to you, Trav. What kind of conversation could you have with the girls?
I'm telling you, we got nothing to lose. Right now, that we're just the last match of the day, last match for potentially a month, depending on if they're playing the challenges in Turkey and Poland. And so let's just take some rips from the service line. And if we're going to go out, let's go out being aggressive, being physical, playing our brand of volleyball. And let's leave nothing on the table. All right, we've had a great tournament so far. And the only way that you're going to walk away from this event with a regretful silver medal is if you walk away knowing that you left a little bit on the table. So just let's take some rips.
I like that talk. Don't leave anything here, and that's a good start out of the timeout. Taking some rips and a little cheer to boot. That looks good for Latvia.
And that is what, at this point, I think everybody knows what a fan I am of the short serve. That is also what I would call an aggressive serve because it disrupts everything that they're doing offensively, and they get a point.
And Gradina, the little sidewinder. I like it. Barely missing.
That's what I call a worthy mistake.
Up and down here, Anastasija wiggling it through the seam for the kill.
And so now I'd like to see Anastasija, let's take a palm. Just put some gas on it.
Tough serve. I like them attacking Victoria. Victoria going to take that look and calmly hit the high line for the side out. It's been smooth sailing here for Brazil.
Yeah, and you tried it, and sometimes you just play the wrong team on the wrong day. Clearly they're capable of beating Thamela and Victoria. They already have. Different day.
Gradina out of the middle. Nobody up. Thamela trying to pull and get her hands up, but it's too hot to handle from Gradina.
Nice swing there from Tina. And she really has played a pretty decent little match here. She hasn't had a ton of opportunities. And Thamela put herself in a good position to actually make that play as well.
Continuing to pass the ball with precision is Thamela Corradelli, and that is what has got Brazil this massive lead, is the consistency over and over again from Thamela.
I don't know what her side-out numbers are for this match, but it's over 80%. She has been, A, not hitting any errors, and 2, just making life so difficult for Anastasija and Tina.
Anastasija going to chip to the line, Victoria all over it. Victoria in transition, and Victoria going to bounce one down the line, waiting for the call, but that one's going to land in. Excellent work from Victoria. It's what she's been doing this whole match.
And the runaway train just keeps running away from Latvia here. Victoria Lopez, she's entering the conversation as one of the best players in the world right now.
I would agree with you completely. Their record is showing that. The set over from Tina, holding that finish, making it no question that that's going to be clean.
Yeah, take some chances. Try some new stuff. You're down 18-10. What do you have to lose?
Thamela off the hands, back to the line for the kill. 19-11. Brazil just 2 points away from their gold medal.
Where does Thamela stand in that conversation of best players in the world right now? 2 in the top 10, perhaps, with these two?
I mean, she's getting served at almost every ball whenever they play, and so she's helping her team in these positions. Getting a nice pull dig here, high dig How about that control? How about that control with the set and the control with the knuckles from Thamela?
And what's interesting is that Victoria and Thamela, it's rare that they blow teams out. They're known for kind of the 21-19, 21-18 wins. This is just a tour de force right now.
First gold medal point for Brazil. Line to line, and it's an ace!
She got it.
Look how excited they are. Thamela and Victoria take the gold medal here in Ostrava, their third gold medal in their young partnership, making